All right, welcome everyone. So this is my first time posting one of these videos. It's gonna be an unboxing, and I'm super excited for this one because it's Broly. So let's check this one out. Hope you guys enjoy. Okay, so as I mentioned, this is actually my first time doing an unboxing. I usually wouldn't really do an unboxing, but I figured that this one deserves one, right? A couple things I wanted to talk about also is for this video, since this is my first time unboxing, I guess I can break it down in a couple sections, okay? So the first part is we'll talk about who this person actually is. So for those of you guys who are a fan of Dragon Ball, you might have an idea. You might know who he is, although he looks slightly different, okay? And number two, we'll go over like what this actual model of a toy is, statue, or whatever you want to call it. We'll talk about what the line is, okay? When I say line, it's just like a model or a series. And then we'll do the unboxing. After that, we'll go over how I got this. And maybe, I guess, I'll talk a little bit about collecting. Yeah? I mean, I'm not much of a collector. I have a few things, as you can see, but nothing like, right? Nothing super extravagant. Not like before. But cool, let's get into it. So first things first is the character. So if you guys are a fan of Dragon Ball, you already know that Broly is the legendary Super Saiyan. They kind of retconned him, I think. I don't know if retconn's the right word, but they redid like his origin story a little bit in the latest Broly movie. So anyway, for people who don't know what Dragon Ball is, just Google it. You'll find out. Maybe watch some YouTube videos. But anyway, outside of Dragon Ball, they have this new series, okay, which is called Super Dragonball Heroes. Hasn't been released, I think, internationally, but it is in Japan. And I kind of became a fan. Just started watching a little bit of the episodes. It's not an official canon continuation of the story, right? So canon just means the main story, okay, for non-anime people. So people at Dragon Ball, they have this game in Japan, okay? It's called Super Dragonball Heroes. And basically what the game is, you take like a figure, right? So let's take like this one, for example. Like I got this ready. Actually, I didn't plan to have this ready. It was literally sitting here, but, oh no, wait, I do have, okay. Yeah, so here's an example, okay? So Super Dragon Ball Heroes, it's an arcade game where apparently, I don't know if it's figure or card, okay? Okay, maybe this isn't the best example. But they have cards, okay? They have cards that you basically take and you play them on the arcade machine. And what it does is it gets you to play the game using the cards you've collected. So the game, I think, it got really popular in Japan. And so what they did was Dragon Ball decided to put out a little anime series that's based on the game just to kind of put out promotions for it. They call that a PR anime. It's all like, you know, non-canon stuff just to kind of get you excited. And if you know Dragon Ball, there's a bunch of like different characters and crazy fusions and things like that. So it's super dope. Yeah, sorry, I'm kind of geeking out here. Most of you guys know me as a dancer, but like this is the other stuff that I really like. So anyway, that is like an idea of what it looks like. And I've always been a fan of Broly, but when I saw this, I was like, ooh, gotta have him. So that's it. Okay, so that's like a short overview of just like the PR anime of where this character comes from. That's why if you guys are fans of Dragon Ball, you probably don't know, like you're like, I've never seen him in the series. That's because you haven't. He's super like it's almost like a made-up storyline, right? That's just specifically to promote the game, but they got these cool characters, okay? So next thing I'll talk about is what this line is, because I'm very new to it, okay? So when trying to buy like some stuff, I typically don't mind like where it comes from as long as it's cool. But what I learned about this one is it's called from a line called Ichiban Kuji, okay? Ichiban Kuji basically means like, I think lottery, number one lottery. Okay, if I'm not mistaken, I might have to edit this back in if that's wrong, but Ichiban Kuji means number one lottery. And basically the way they sell these things in Japan is you can't go to an official store, right, where they sell figures at first, okay? The way they sell them is you go to like your local 7-Eleven, seriously, like a convenience store, and they give out these lottery tickets. And each of these lottery tickets gets you a chance to get a prize. It goes all the way down from A to, let's say A is like the highest prize. I don't know why I did this, dancer. It goes from A to like down to like E or F depending on how many prizes, and the first couple prizes are like actual figures. So obviously the higher you are, the letter A, like the harder it's going to be to get, I guess. And then letter E and all the lower prizes are like mugs or like napkins or like cool little fan stuff. Right? Whether you get a Dragon Ball plate or like a Dragon Ball thing. And they do this for a bunch of series, not just Dragon Ball. So it could be One Piece, it could be Naruto, it could be whatever. Okay? So I didn't know about that, like what Ichiban Kuji was until I only found out after I got this thing. But so anyway, so within that, okay, so imagine you have all these figures that you can get and you have to buy. Basically, you have to buy a bunch and then it's a lottery pick. You know, you luck out if you get it. But they have what's called the last one. Okay, so the last one prize, so if you have letter A to E, they have the last one. And what last one just means is the only way to get a last one prize like this is if you buy the very last lottery ticket. So let's say you buy your lottery ticket. You're going to get what you won with that. So that could be another figure or whatever was assigned to you. And you get this. All right, in this case, the last one prize. And from what I know, they only have one last one prize like at each store. Okay? So the point is, it's super rare. Super rare, super limited. But, so the question is, can you buy it afterwards? I guess you could, because, you know, sometimes people do is they go to these convenience stores, they buy it, right? They do all the lotteries and they get it, hopefully, and by chance, and then they resell it. And so, you know, some people can order it that way. So I just bought mine ordered off, but, I mean, that's a story for, I'll talk about that later after I open it up. So let's check it out for my first unboxing. Oh, right. So you're probably wondering why there's no sound right now. I got some bad news coming up, but in the meantime, ooh, check out the little quick unboxing. Whoa, he's got gloves on. What in the world? He's going serious. What? Oh, plastics up. Here comes the action figure. What? All right. Man, I'm just going to be straight up. I literally spent like 20 minutes unboxing this thing. I was checking it out, making cool comments, making cool jokes. And I closed off the video about 20-30 minutes. After that, I realized, dang, it didn't record. Well, it recorded, but the sound, for some reason, I don't know, I did something wrong with the jack, or maybe the thing just sucks. Yeah, so I decided not to go with the microphone this time. I'm doing a directional mic off of the cell phone, so hopefully this works out easier. But here we go. We're gonna try another unboxing. This will probably be like my third time unboxing. But I'm just gonna pretend like, ooh, whoa, first time ever. So let's see how this goes, okay? So as I explained before, you got your front. Cool, you got the back side, that's the side. Yeah, that's the side. This is the back, okay? And then if you look down at the bottom, right here. For Japan prize only. Ooh, well, I'm in the Philippines, and it's not a prize because I bought it. Other side here, okay? There you can sort of see the game. You can see what the game this is based on. So it's based on the arcade. People go, they play the game. All right, let us finally unbox this thing with sound and commentary, because otherwise you could just look at pictures, right? I mean, that's what you guys watch the videos for, right? Is to hear people talk about it and how cool it is to open up a box, right? Okay, so this is my first time. Sorry if it's a little... Okay, so your standard opening, you got your standard flaps, standard pull out, right? Standard handle that separates into two. Whoa, dynamic. Necessary? I don't know. All right, so let's pull this out. Again, this is pretty much my second take, so a lot of this, I'm kind of an expert, you know? There's a disadvantage to losing 20 minutes of your time, but there's also an advantage to being well rehearsed. Now, if this video goes out and it doesn't record, I have no idea. No, you know, maybe I'll just post like a picture. Okay, so let's pull this out. Bang. All right. Cool. All right, so this is what it comes in, your standard packaging. Again, I'm not going to act surprised. I already unsealed this the first time, and then I unsealed it the second time when I did this shoot. So this is the third time of me popping this out. Ooh. Okay. So he comes like this in the packaging. I tried to recreate it as well as I could. Okay, he had this plastic over him like this. Okay, so you take the plastic off, take all of that off, and you get, oh, what? Check him out. Okay, so he still's got this plastic on his head. He's getting suffocated right now. I guess they just like to ship him without any air, you know? Okay. Here's his stand. Let's put this on first. So this is gonna go right on his foot. Allows him to not fall over. Whew. Okay. And then also in this, we have his tail, which, as you can tell, I already opened it in the previous video that didn't get recorded with sound. So there's a convenient hole here, right? That just, what? Magically pulls out. What? How magic is that? Oh, and obviously his plastic is coming off his face already. Honestly, the plastic took me a little while to get out, so I'm just gonna magic. A couple other things here is I had to figure. This took me a while to figure out as well earlier, but he does have this like hole in the back, right around here. So I was trying to figure out how to put this in, but now since this is my second go around, I'm an expert. So it comes with this peg. So it's got like this L shaped here. So that L shape should pop in here. And there you go. That's Broly. All right. First thing is first, let's check out his face. Yeah, pretty cool. He's super dark. I guess he's like a dark Super Saiyan darkness, or dark Broly, dark Super Saiyan. I don't know. He's got a little blood here because he's bleeding. When I guess he got super powerful, his chest opened up and it was like, all the blood's running out. So it doesn't make sense to power up and then just die from loss of blood, right? Who knows? And he's got underneath, he's got ripped jeans because that's in style. You know, he's a Saiyan who buys jeans with rips in them already. I mean, I'm just like okay, so that's super fine. I mean, whatever your trip is. I used to buy jeans and then they would get rips in them, but nowadays they sell them like that. I don't know why I'm talking about jeans, but yeah, that's Broly. He has rips in his jeans too, and he has a skirt. So you know, he's a fashion-forward kind of guy. Look at the back. Hair is. He's got so much. What do you call it? He put so much wax in his hair that it just sticks up like that. It's really hard to do. So, no, I'm just kidding. When he powers up, he just gets like that. So, let's talk about Broly. Ooh, there's a couple other details here. You can't see him because they're in the same color, but he does have veins on his chest because he just did a workout, right? This is hair. Like, it's not. There's nothing wrong with his skin. That's hair. And yeah, so the character, again, he's super familiar with. Many people already know who he is, but this version of the character is super new. And I just kind of like buying versions of characters that don't usually exist, that you would normally see. So that's why I got him. So let me talk about the story about how I actually ended up getting him. So this is actually my birthday week. I asked my wife, Kim, I said, hey, so for my birthday, and it's also kind of Valentine's, so maybe like a little gift to myself too. You won't have a hard time trying to pick something out for me. Maybe I'll just buy something for myself. Is that okay? And she's like, sure, yeah, what do you want to do? I was like, I'm not just going to buy a figure. And so I spent a couple of times, but the thing was I didn't tell her like how much it was going to cost. I just said I was going to buy something. So I was literally scrolling through Facebook Marketplace, looking for just like rare finds and things that I thought would be dope. And then I come across this post where it said Dark Broly MISB, which basically means mint in sealed box. So I didn't waste any time. I think it was 3 a.m. in the morning. I was swiping through, and he posted that post. The seller, he posted it at around 5 hours before, right? So I DM'd the comment. I was like, hey, this is sold. DM you right now. I messaged him on DM, and then he also had his number. I texted him, it was a little stalkerish, but I said, hey, dude, I'm gonna buy this. I messaged you on DM, let me know. And he said, we got connected, and then I sent the deposit over, I reserved it, and then the next morning, so this was all happening while Kim was asleep. And then the next morning, I left while she was still asleep to go pick it up, because I gotta get this right now. And by the time I came back, I was like, surprise! So she said, how much did it cost? And so here's the price, right? The price for this, that I bought it for, and I live here in the Philippines, this cost me 8,500 pesos, which is not a small amount of money, right? What in USD, that's probably 180 bucks, yeah, give or take. And I saw on eBay already, so as soon as I bought it, I also wanted to check what it was going for, and usually it's about 200 or plus, you know, because it goes up in price for some toys, not all of them, but yeah, he's super rare too. Like I mentioned earlier, this is one of those rare figures. So I got a good deal on it, and here he is. So a couple things, I guess, about him. Yeah, I mean, that's it. Oh, let's do a couple things. Let's do a size comparison. So I do have a couple other toys here. Some of them are a little prepared. So this guy, this is the 1990s Broly, right? This is one I got as a kid. Super cool. If you look at the detail, not very detailed, but just kind of nostalgic in a sense that these were the toys that I could barely afford as a kid, and now I can just kind of buy them as I go along, right? So he stands like that to him. See how big he is? Crazy. Here is another Broly. Okay, let's just compare. This is handsome Broly because he's not mad. He's just, oops. See, this is the nice thing about collecting these figures. So I used to collect statues, and then I sold them so I could get married, right? And they were worth a lot of money. I bought them at a certain price. They came up in price, and I sold them. Now, I decided if I was going to buy stuff again, I was just going to buy like action figures. Why? Because of stuff like this. If it falls over, I'm not going to freak out because it's like, oh, set right back up, right? If you have a statue that falls over, or there's an earthquake or something, you're going to be like, oh, look at my money, right? So, I mean, this is cool. He can just do that, and I'm fine with it. Now, on the other hand, if this one falls over, I might gasp a little bit because it's 8.5, dude. Yeah, but who knows? Like, if it falls over once and then like I get over it, maybe I won't feel as bad. You know how sometimes you buy shoes that are brand new and like they're white shoes, and you get that you keep them really clean, and then you get that one scuff, and then after that it's like you're like, okay, whatever. So I don't know if that'll be the case for this, but that's why I kind of switched over to figures. But when I saw him, I was like, you know, he's kind of like a mix between a figure and like an action figure and a statue, in the sense that he's pretty big. He doesn't move, right? But he's not made out of like the really like brittle, like fragile. Like, so I know some statues are made of like glass or resin or who knows, like other materials that like if it falls over it can crack and break. I think he's PVC. Or PVC, I think he's made of plastic, but I don't know. Maybe it's just really good painted plastic. Let me check. Yeah, I can't read this because it's in Japanese, so I don't know where it says it, but I mean, he still feels pretty sturdy though, so that's what you got going for you. So he's, again, I don't know if the video does any justice to this, but it's just insane, like the detail, right? Pretty cool stuff. Okay, now let me measure him out. So we have, when we say measure, I just want to give you an idea of like what the scale is. Okay, so let's go to small Broly over here. A small Broly, 1990s Broly is about 7 inches. Okay, this guy, this handsome Broly, about 8.5 inches. And tall Broly, he sits at around 13 and a quarter, 13 and, yeah, 13 and a quarter inches. So just over a foot. So definitely he's not small, okay? I mean, he's smaller than some of my older statues. But yeah, he sits pretty well compared to everything else. So definitely, and I think just in essence, whether it's big or small, like I always thought maybe I'll just get big statues all the time or big toys, and that's always gonna be dope. But you kind of miss out on the details. So I think this is a good size to get in terms of the size and the amount of detail that's in there. So for the people that don't know, I used to collect, again, like I mentioned earlier, I used to collect statues. Let me just flash them up. Right? I'm gonna magic. Yeah, so you see all the statues I used to collect. And I guess I stopped because I need money. I stopped because I was getting married, and the reason I bought the statues before I got married was because I said to myself, hey, if I get married, I don't know if I'm gonna be able to buy the things that I want as often because I'm gonna have to ask all the time. So I bought as much as I could, and I was just like, I'm just gonna hold on to these. Now she can't tell me what to do. This is why Kim is still my girlfriend. I was like, I'm just gonna hold on to them. So she can't tell me to get rid of them or whatever. But I ended up selling them because I wanted to fund the wedding of her dreams. Aw, how sweet. So shout out, and now it's come full force it's come back full circle because, yeah, she let me get this. So, you know, sometimes you just gotta be nice to the wifey, let her buy her stuff, and then kind of say, hey, you know, might be time for me to buy something. So anyway, oh yeah, so I did mention about just collecting in general. I kind of touched on it earlier, but basically I think, you know, people collect stuff for very different reasons. So sometimes they buy some statues and things like that for the purpose of reselling them, or they buy them so that they hold some value and they shoot up. Sometimes they buy like sets. So sometimes you get into a mode where you're gonna buy something and you're kind of like I don't even like this figure, but because it's part of the set, I'm gonna get that. I didn't want to get down that route because otherwise you're gonna spend so much money. I just thought, you know what? I just like the way he looks. So whether he's from a certain brand, because you know when you start buying these things, they have different brands make different toys, different figures, and they all have their own advantages and disadvantages. Whether it's scale, detail, price, all of that. So I was just kind of like, if it's cool, let me just get that. But I like that it's an Ichiban Kuji. Right, so Ichiban Kuji, and it's a last one, which means it's a super rare thing. There's only one of them that goes in the store, and I'm pretty sure it's gonna be hard to get him afterwards, after all this. So I figured, why not just catch him now? And actually, if you look now, I don't know, maybe you might be able to find some stuff online, but the prices might be hiked. So I thought I lucked out with him. So what else? Oh, I didn't get to explain this, but man, I wore gloves for this. I didn't get to explain this earlier. But yeah, when I bought him, he was still sealed. So usually I'm not very picky with these things. Like I touch these things all the time. You know, and they fall over and it's fine. I don't care. But for this one, yeah, I thought, why not? Feel a little collector-y, right? Again, I'm not much of a collector. I do buy some stuff, but not so much where it's like crazy. Okay, it might get crazy in the future. Who knows? But yeah, I do. So I thought it'd be cool to kind of do this and yeah, keep him pristine because he's dope, and I spent $8.5 on it. So what are the advantages of spending that much money on something like this? Well, the advantage of spending on a toy or figure or statue or whatever you got is you can look at it. Wow. 8.5. $180. So I've had a couple friends ask me before, why don't you just like buy a PS5 or like a, you know, a PC or something like that? That'd be cool in the future if I had some extra money. But the thing is, if I bought a game console, I don't just buy it, but I also spend time on it, right? It gets harder to control your time because I know for myself, if I start playing it, like I'm gonna get lost for a while. So at least this way, I can just look at it and be like, okay, goods. And move on. And then if I decide to sell them again, I can, if I wanted to, still make some money back. Because typically these things do hold their value depending on what you buy. So don't buy stuff just because you want to make money off of it. Like, there's other ways to do that. But if you want to just buy stuff to collect and just the reason I'm buying stuff now is because, man, as a kid, I could not afford some of the stuff I wanted to get. And now I can. So yeah, it's cool. It's a little kitty. It's cool though. I mean, I do other stuff, so it doesn't. This is just like one part. This is one part of me. I guess that's it. Wow, this is a lot faster the second time around. I spent so much time talking about stuff last time. But I think this is a bit smoother because, again, I had the first take. So I hope you guys enjoyed the unboxing. This was Super Saiyan Broly, Dark Super Saiyan Broly from the Super Dragonball Heroes line. And yeah, let's take one more look at him. Okay. Yeah, I think pretty dope. Pretty dope. Let me put that in focus. There we go. Cool, right? Right? So, I don't know if people are gonna watch this, but if you stuck around this long and just watch me struggle with unboxing this thing, well, I didn't really struggle. You didn't really get to see that because it got cut out, but if you stuck around watching the unboxing and listening to my commentary, thank you guys so much. I would say this video's on YouTube, so I don't know what thumbs up actually does, but a lot of people on YouTube say it, so give it a thumbs up and maybe something will happen. I have no idea. But also do click subscribe. That'll help me out a lot. If you subscribe, it helps you see. I don't know how it helps me, but it just helps you see more of the stuff come out. So I usually post dance videos, so if you're not into dance, maybe check them out, and then maybe you'll like dance. Or if you are into dance, I do. That's really what I like to do. I love dancing. But this is like my geeky kind of like nerding out side. But yeah, so that is Super Saiyan 4 Dark Broly. Yeah, I think that's really the name. I don't think it's Darkness anymore. But yeah, thank you guys for checking out the unboxing. And where is he gonna go? I have no idea. He'll probably just go back in the box until I find like a good place to kind of set him. But in the meantime, pretty dope. Cool. Welcome. What did I say? Welcome. Cool. Thank you guys for watching, and hope you guys enjoyed. I'll see you in the next video. Peace.